You don't lack willpower, you lack discipline. And mind strength is not something you're born with. It's something you forge in fire. Stay with me for the next few minutes, and I'll show you how discipline and mind strength fuse into. You don't lack willpower, you lack discipline. And mind strength is not something you're born. The force that propels your life forward. You wake up every morning with hope, a dream, a goal, an ambition. Yet by noon, fatigue, distraction, excuses creep in. You say, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. You see others doing what you once dreamed of. You scroll, compare, feel small. You tell yourself, I'm not enough. I lack the grit. I can't keep going. Inside, you feel disoriented. Your mind is messy. You lose focus. You start chasing most immediate comforts, sleep, distraction, ease, instead of what matters. You ask, why do I give in? Why can't I seem to stay steady? This is the place where most people give up. Not because they don't want greatness, but because the inner world is weak, untrained, undisciplined. But here's something many don't realize. Discipline doesn't demand perfection. It demands consistency. Mind strength doesn't grow in comfort. It grows in the mild storms you survive. What if I told you that your mind isn't weak? It's simply unused in the way it must be for greatness. Like a muscle, it must be exercised, challenged, disciplined. When you begin to treat discipline as non-negotiable, not as optional, but essential, your mind begins to transform. The moment you learn to show up for yourself when no one's watching, that is the moment your inner fortress begins construction. Let me walk you through this journey, how discipline and mind strength are deeply connected, and how you can build them side by side. We must anchor on a central truth. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. But behind that bridge lies the deeper soil, mind strength. Your mind must believe, endure, decide. Discipline without mental resilience crumbles under pressure. I want to center Viktor Frankl as a recurrent guide in this video. Frankl, who via his experiences in concentration camps faced the terrain of extreme adversity, teaches us about the power of choice within suffering. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. That's mind strength. Even when everything externally is torn down, the decision, how will I respond, still resides within you. So discipline is the tool, mind strength is the foundation. Discipline without strength is brittle. Strength without discipline is directionless. Let's walk through 5 pillars showing how discipline actively sculpts mental strength. For each, I'll tell a narrative, provide imagery, and anchor with quotes or principles. First pillar, small acts, big belief. Every time you do the small thing, make your bed, walk instead of drive, wake 5 minutes earlier, you prove to yourself, I can do what I say I will. Each micro-victory is a deposit in your trust account with yourself. That consistency trains your brain to expect that when you say, I will, you follow through. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. A weak mind doubts. A disciplined mind sees proof. Second pillar, delayed gratification and emotional control. Discipline teaches you to delay comfort. When you stave off an impulse, you strengthen your ability to resist. Over time, your emotional reactions soften. You don't explode at setbacks, you absorb, reflect, respond. This is mental regulation, choosing your reaction rather than being hijacked. Seneca and Stoics have long spoken of mastering the self. As one Stoic quote says, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your emotional anchor becomes inner principle, not external comfort. Third pillar, endurance of discomfort. Discipline forces you to act even when you don't feel like it. Over time, your mind desensitizes to discomfort. What once would have broken you now becomes part of growth. The mind learns that suffering isn't death. Often it's signal, teacher, threshold. Again, according to Frankl, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. You can't always change circumstances, but you can cultivate inner response. The fourth pillar, clarity of purpose and internal why. Discipline is easier when you have a reason. Mind strength anchors to meaning. Purpose becomes the compass. In moments of collapse, you return to why. Without it, discipline is just duty. With it, discipline is devotion. Frankl emphasizes meaning. Ultimately, man should not ask what the meaning of his life is, but rather recognize that he is being questioned by life. Life ultimately means taking the responsibility to find the right answer to its problems. Discipline empowered by meaning becomes inexorable. The fifth pillar, identity transformation. As you consistently practice discipline, your identity shifts. I am someone who respects my word. Your mind now sees itself as capable, resilient, committed. You cease seeing discipline as external imposition. Rather, it becomes who you are. Hold yourself responsible for a higher standard than anybody else expects of you. Never excuse yourself. Never pity yourself. Be a hard master to yourself, and be lenient to everybody else. Henry Ward Beecher. Your inner standard becomes elegant, unyielding, yet compassionate. Now let me guide you through 4 stories, real or symbolic, that illustrate how discipline fused with mind strength changes lives. Story A. The student who trained in storm. Imagine a student in a rural village. No electricity, no formal resources. She wants to master mathematics. She rises at 4 a.m. by dim candlelight, solves one problem a day. Some nights, she is exhausted. Her mind whispers, rest. But discipline says, one more problem. Over years, that student becomes a scholar, then a teacher. Her mind matured in the small acts of discipline. She learned that mind strength is built in silent, lonely moments. We all have our candlelit hours. That's your gym for mental toughness. Story B. The warrior's journey. Picture a warrior in training. Day after day, sword swings, footwork, drills, discipline. The body may scream. The mind fights rest, doubt, pain. But internal strength emerges. The warrior stands stronger in storm. He doesn't collapse when chaos falls, because the mind was disciplined, trained to respond, not react. His calm amid battlefield is a tribute to long hours of boring, grinding discipline. Story C. The business founder's crucible. Consider an entrepreneur launching a startup. For years, she sacrifices sleep, personal comforts, social life. There are betrayals, funding rejections, cash crunches. Her mind cracks, but discipline anchors her back. She doesn't wait for inspiration, she executes. In the darkest hour, she reminds herself of her mission. Because her mind is disciplined, setbacks can't dislodge her from her core. Eventually, the venture thrives, not by luck, but by the relentless, disciplined mind refusing surrender. Story D. The athlete's final mile. A runner is in the last 400 meters. Legs burn, lungs burn, mind screams, stop. This is where discipline meets mind strength. The body can't carry you in that moment, the mind must. The runner pushes, foot in front of foot, not because motivation is strong, but because discipline is stronger. That mile is earned in all the prior training sessions, the early mornings, the days when the runner ran despite not wanting to. You understand now. Discipline builds mind strength, but mind strength enables discipline to endure when all else fails. Let's now walk through 3 critical tests of this connection and how you must respond. Test 1. Sudden crisis/chaos. When life throws you a curve, health crisis, loss, betrayal, the external cracks, your discipline infrastructure is tested. Many collapse, but someone whose mind is strong responds. They don't surrender to panic. They return to fundamentals, sleep, nutrition, clarity. They control what's possible and let go of what's not. Discipline in crisis is choosing what you can control, your days, your habits, even if circumstances have been disrupted. Frankl. Forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess except one thing: your freedom to choose how you will respond to the situation. When everything else is gone, the disciplined mind remains sovereign. Test 2. Plateau, stagnation, boredom. Often the danger is not dramatic crisis, it's gradual plateau. You see no visible growth. The mind tells you, this is pointless. Maybe stop. But discipline says, I persist in the small steps. Mind strength is believing that hidden growth is real. You build quietly. The revolution is internal. You don't quit when results lag. You trust the process. Test 3. Temptation, distraction, ease. In every moment, there is a temptation, comfort, ease, instant gratification. The mind whispers, just this once. Discipline must control. With each refusal, the mind gets a mini workout. You train mental insertion, pause, think, choose. This is how mind strength accumulates. Resist a little more than you think possible, consistently. Now we shift to the practical steps, actionable, concrete habits. I'll walk you through a 5-stage method. Step 1. Define your non-negotiables, core habits. Identify 3 to 5 habits that matter most, e.g., journaling, reading, exercise, focused work. Make them minimal at first, small enough you can't excuse them. These become your foundation stones every day. Step 2. Anchor them to triggers/rituals. Tie habits to daily anchors. Wake up, lunch, evening. Use rituals, e.g., before dinner, you write 200 words. After brushing teeth, you read 5 pages. Rituals reduce decision fatigue. Discipline becomes automatic. Step 3. Use micro-commitments. When motivation is low, shrink the task to 2 minutes. Discipline says, do just this small thing. Often once you start, momentum carries you further. Step 4. Track, reflect, adjust. Use a simple tracker, calendar, bullet journal. Mark every day you do the habit. Reflection. Weekly, ask, what worked? What resisted me? Adjust intensity, scale up gradually. Step 5. Repetition plus patience. Recognize transformation takes time. Don't expect drastic overnight change. Over months and years, the compound effect is staggering. These steps are the scaffolding, but the deeper shifts happen in your mind. Beyond external habits, the inner work is what sustains everything. Let's explore 4 powerful techniques for strengthening your mind via discipline. Technique A. Internal dialogue and reframing. The way you talk to yourself matters. When you feel, I'm weak, you discipline the voice. Actually, I've shown up many times before. Reframe failure as experiment, obstacle as opportunity. Frankl. Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In that small space, your discipline speaks. I choose strength. Technique B. Mental rehearsal/visualization. Each morning or evening, imagine yourself acting with energy, following through, resisting temptation. Visual rehearsal primes neural pathways. You train the mind to expect victory. Technique C. Gratitude plus humility practice. Daily reflection. What you're grateful for, what you can improve. Humility prevents arrogance. Gratitude roots you in balance. A strong mind acknowledges scarcity and abundance both. Technique D. Embrace discomfort/voluntary hardship. Occasionally choose hardship, cold shower, fast, extra training. It sends the message, I am stronger than ease. This builds mental resilience for future storms. You might think, I'm too weak, too tired, too broken. I don't have consistency in me. This sounds too hard. Let me answer. 1. Weakness is the starting point. Discipline doesn't demand strength first, it builds it. 2. Consistency is built, not found. Begin with one tiny habit. Consistency will ripple out. 3. Hard doesn't mean impossible. All growth is discomfort. If it were easy, everyone would have it. I often return to Frankl. Those who have a why to live can bear almost any how. Your meaning anchors your persistence. You can bear more than you imagine. Now let's integrate discipline plus mind strength across domains of your life. Work/vocation. Use disciplined focus blocks. Resist multitasking. Guard your attention. Relationships. Discipline and listening. Kindness. Showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Health/body. Nutrition, sleep, movement. Treating body as ally, not adversary. Spiritual/inner life. Contemplation, meditation, values. Feeding the deeper self. When mind strength plus discipline permeate every area, your life becomes aligned, anchored, alive. Let me speak to your heart now. Every day you resist giving in. Every time you commit when it hurts. Every moment you stand by your word. That is heroism, quiet, internal, steadfast. Imagine, years from now, looking back, you will see a path paved by each small discipline, each refusal to quit, each inner victory. You'll not say, "I wished I had tried harder." You will say, "I lived turning inward first, building discipline, forging mind strength." You were never average. You were never meant for smallness. The world requires your highest expression, and it starts with the alliance between your mind and your discipline. Choose now to place a stake in the ground. I am disciplined. I am strong. I will live by my word. Now, I challenge you. Start today with one small discipline you will not break. Return often to your why. Let it anchor your storms. Train your mind in the pauses between stimulus and response. When you feel weak, return to Frankl. You always have the freedom to choose your attitude. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop hoping the mood will come. Build discipline. Strengthen your mind. And let them carry you through every trial, every triumph, every day. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. Rise.